Hello, welcome to my workshop. My name's Jeff McDonald. Today we're just going to turn a regular piece of wood, this nice little piece of crotch I got here. I'm not really sure what kind of wood it is, but I'm sure it's going to turn out to be a nice little bowl. So maybe more of a flat bowl, we'll see. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, what I'm going to do is first find a center as best I can here. Okay, punch me a hole. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is drill a hole. Well, I got me a new thing I'm going to try. Here it's in my pocket. There's a little one. This little bit thing that I got off, I think, Amazon. I don't know, but yeah, what it is, it helps you always stop at the same place. If you're doing multiple holes, this will help you, stop at that spot. Okay, so in this case I'm going to be drilling a hole, not turning, for this woodworm. So I stopped it about where it needs to stop one for the woodworm, a little bit extra. We'll get the drill here, and we'll get this thing drilled out. Fill in there really easy. Another thing I had to do is I got to clean this up flat. So let me pause for a minute. I got to set up my tool for this. Now I'm ready. Alright, so I just needed my grinder with this disc on here for grinding away the wood. It's got these especially designed for it. Yeah, it wouldn't go down before because all that bark was in the way and I wasn't paying attention. Let me, okay. Now I think, I don't know, we'll see. It looks about ready. This one fit on there? No, that's not going to fit on there. Maybe the little one will fit on there. Just a minute. See, I only got to get it on there. Yeah, that'll fit on there. Okay, we're good. Right, next thing we're going to do is put this on the lathe on the woodworm screw. Alright, let me get this screw on here. We just put it into the chuck. Close it up, and as you line it up, you'll feel it grabbing. Kind of rotate it until it feels like it's grabbing in the right place. There we go. And we're tight. All right, I got the camera set up kind of far, but I'm gonna knock this off with the bandsaw before we put it on the lathe. I started putting on the lathe, and that wasn't going to work for me. All right, turn on the back system. to do is turn it down to 325 and turn it out slow enough to where we can accept this. There we go. And I just got hit with the bug come flying. It's got a few holes in it. You know, there are usually bugs and worms in this wood, yeah. Hit me right in the cheek. But anyway, alright. That gets us started now. It looks pretty balanced. I can go ahead and get started and get the bottom ready to put on the chuck. Alright, I think my tool's pretty sharp from the last time I sharpened. Maybe it wasn't too long ago. We'll just see. What I want to do is bring up my tailstock. Secure and get it up around 800. Alrighty, that did a pretty good job of getting the bottom straightened up. Now let me go to the side. Everyone's got their own little ways of doing this, you know. Actually, there are some wrong ways, but there's really, most of these ways are all the right ways. Now I'm going actually against the grain, but I'm doing it rough. So when I come back to smooth it, I would cut the other direction with the grain, so to be a smooth cut, you know what I'm saying? I do need to sharpen this. I'm still getting used to recording. I'm not used to talking to people who aren't in the room, but I'm getting there. I'm kind of pretending like you are here. So the psychiatrists would have a heyday with me, wouldn't they? So anyway. See where we're at. I think I'm on it side. What I ought to do is work on this bottom. You can get this bottom done. I have to pull this back and put a tenon on here. It's the tenon, and this is going to be the base. Should have done that. Base of the bowl. After I cut off the tenon, the final step is to cut off the tenon. Okay. That does. This little tool here is very nice for just putting that right angle on there for this. Remember, I was cutting against the grain before that. That was a back cut that cleaned that up when I was doing that. All right. So now I need to straighten up these ends, and I'm going to do that by cutting the bowl down. Getting there. Be there. We're there. Okay. That one piece sticks to the wood, and I gotta give it a little tap to look well. Let me see if I can just pull it off first. Usually I end up having to take it off the channel. Let's see if I can get it off. Oh, it came off. What are you doing? I was trying to keep that from happening. A piece of bark came off. The whole side came off. Burn it. Well, it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. Just keep turning. And when you get a piece that keeps the bark, you got a nice piece. Because it's, especially if it's dried like this one. This piece is pretty dry. And it's got a lot of loose bark on it. I mean, I was hoping, but I didn't have my hopes too high. Let me sharpen this. I'll be right back. Do is use a scraper, get this fine tool marks off that I'm having a hard time getting off with my. The goal is to get them off with your gouge, but I got spots I'm not getting off, so I got to use this negative rake scraper. I think that might have did it, and we'll see. Looking good. Oh my gosh, I love the looks of this. I am going to knock this other bark off, and then when I go to sand it, I'm going to clean up the edges. You'll see when we're done. So, with that, I want to go ahead and work on that now. And most time when I lose the bark, I just sand it off flat and just leave it there and all natural. But this time I feel like it might look better rounded over. You just never know. I try to do different things with them. This has got a lot to go on, so. Turned around so we can just remove this tenon off, and that'll be it. After that, we'll apply some oil and put a medallion on. I still gotta drill a hole. I do that outside. I'll drill a hole outside with a drill press because when I make these bowls like this, I can't really do them on the lathe, but it's just a small detail. So all we do is get this lined up. We've got to raise this up. Now I don't recommend this unless you really know your drill press and what you're doing. But I have to hold this in place while this turns. Now I've done a lot of time, so I have faith that I can get it done, but that's just what we do. Ready? Check this, make sure I ain't going through. Nope, not going through. Now it is a little lopsided, so I need to kind of work on that. I think we're good. Yep, I think we're good. Alright, so now we'll take this inside, do a final sanding around here, and glue a medallion on and oil it. Right, edge needs a little bit of sanding around here. put this activator on here. There we go. It's officially done. Other than some oil. I'm gonna put some oil on it. There was a little bit of sanding I wanted to do. I noticed it when I was over there. Now this is a very small foot because it's the bowl is not big. It's close to the ground, right? So I like having this size foot on it. All right, so let's add some oil. Always happens easy. All right, put quite a bit of oil on it. I always put it in the bowl part, and then I use that as kind of a place to start. And I can. How this oil is, you just put it on all over, and then you let it set, and when you start seeing dry spots, you kind of rub a little bit more on, and you keep doing that for about an hour, and then you just wipe it all off, and that's pretty much it. It's that easy. That's one reason I like it. Another reason is very food safe, and it's just a good oil. It very penetrates very well, deep in. So, you know, when I get these kind of spots, I just like to saturate them. Of course, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. If I don't know the answer, I'll say I don't know. I'll try to find out the answer though. You can always look it up. There's a lot of wood turners out there. You can always find the answer on some of their websites, or some of they're not websites, but their YouTube channels. But this is looking really nice. That's one thing about a crotch bowl. The pattern in wood is amazing. It's amazing. Look at that. It's soaking that stuff in big time. Now this wood was very dry when I started, which is, you don't always want it dry because it cuts easier if it's not, but dry is good in another way in that it's not going to do a lot of moving. Now that it's turned, it's not going to change too much. So, you know, when it's dry and you turn it, you can run into a lot more cracking. But when it's dry though, it's very much a little more challenging to work, a lot more dust. When you're turning, I like it. I like it a lot. I like working with dry. And when I first started working with the Florida live oak dry, I wonder what in the world I'm doing, because it's just so hard of a wood, not forgiving. Once you get used to turning it, you get used to it. All right, that's it. All right, this is going to dry, and then I'm going to keep adding to it and adding to it for an hour, and then it'll be all, I'll rub it all down good. It'll be ready to sell. All right, got it all done. Got it all still a little bit wet with oil. I rubbed it down, and it's just got more oil coming through. I mean, I probably over oiled it, but it'll calm down and it'll get nice and shiny as I polish it. The more I polish it, but that's what I like about Mahoney's walnut oil. It also has beeswax in it as a polishing compound. But anyway, turned out pretty good. This is what's nice about the crotch bowl, is you always get some kind of I don't know, it's just every one of them are so unique, and it's just not a piece of wood. It's more than a piece of wood to me. But anyway, all right. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for hopefully watching. No, you wouldn't be seeing me right now if you didn't watch the whole video. But I really appreciate it. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. I ought to say that in the beginning. I always forget to say that. But anyway, with that, I want to say God bless. Have a great day.